welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we get the right guests, ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you. And tonight, we believe you have the right guest because three things are happening. The Parliament of Ghana has reconvened. They spent about a weekend or so doing their work of Parliament. So the man we're interviewing is the minority leader. The NPP is also trying to regroup after selecting his flag bearer. For the first time within very short time after an election, they're looking to regroup, to rebuild. We'll speak to him about that as well. And of course, the NDC government, President Mahama, has spent a year and a month in office. What does he make of the first year of the NDC government? All of that when we come back with the Osahin Alexander Kwamina Afenyo-Markin. Stay with us.
Number 1 from here, 2 and 3 from here, 5 and 6 from here, for now. Yay! Now, I have the number 7, 8, and the number 9.
You need number 10.
Please, I can't eat anymore.
I mean, number 10, liver salt.
The effective liver salt for the relief of stomach upset, heartburn, hyperacidity, and indigestion.
Would you like to try number 11?
What? JJ?
Number 10 liver salt. Refreshing relief fast. Manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemist Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
So we're live tonight here at Channel 1 Television with the Osahin Alexander Kwamina Afenyo-Markin. He's the MP for Ifutu and also the minority leader. Welcome to the show. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
How are you doing?
How by grace? It's tiring.
I know. You were with Tescom today, yesterday you were in church, reading scriptures. Very, very busy life. You've been in the position for 1 year, 2 weeks. I think it was announced on 2nd January last year. So you spent a year and 2 weeks as minority leader. How has it been?
Well, NPP is a party of peers, so you get on the job and your focus must be building consensus, even within your ranks, to put forth the issues, get everybody's buy-in, and do what you have to do on the floor. It's been a good 1 year. Initially, there was some turbulence because forming committees is one difficult thing to do, you know. But eventually, we settled in. There were the others who had different views on how we should approach our strategy.
Okay.
But we're able to work together, did the vetting, scrutinize government policies on the House floor, raise critical issues. My focus basically has been to hold government's feet to the fire, at the same time not being obstructive. In the sense that, you see, when you are in opposition, you must always have in mind that you have a day in government tomorrow. So I'm equally mindful not to push too much and personalize matters. Else, if you come back 2029, they also make life difficult for you. You know, you gauge the mood of the House, but then also you don't deviate from your core duty of scrutinizing. I always tell my colleagues in government that, look, do your work well, let me do mine. Let's keep good relationship, but the work must be done. So it's not about taking tea with you and because we are friends, I come and then I sleep over the job. No. Would discuss.
Okay.
Personal matters, yes. But then once we are on the floor, we have our own ideological differences. you are in government. My job is to scrutinize you, and I make sure that in the end, I don't get personal. I want you to understand. I remember Christmas when Ima Kofi-Boa, the caucus calls for his resignation. He came to me and said, Afenyo-Markin, then Anthony, I said, Ima, it's not about your person. It's a policy failure. You came to defend the lithium agreement. And Honorable Abu Jinapo was drawing the attention of government to certain loopholes in the new agreement. You didn't listen to us. It was only when the CSOs led by Imani escalated the matter at the presidency, then the president directed you to come and withdraw. And you withdrew the agreement. How do you expect us as a caucus to be quiet?
So your point is that it's not personal, it's on principle.
No, because he failed. It was a policy failure. If a government introduces an agreement in Parliament, defends it, and does U-turn and say, oh, I've realized that indeed this is a bad agreement, so let me withdraw and then go back and do the right thing, do more consultation. Politically, you must pay a price.
Fair enough.
At that point, it's not personal.
You've said opposition is painful and lonely. I also have another theory, because this is your theory, that being a minority leader in opposition is arguably more powerful than being a majority leader in government. And you've been both. You're a majority leader in government, but being a minority leader in opposition within the architecture of the body politic is possibly a more powerful, certainly more important. Now that you've enjoyed the two, and in a year you've done the minority, do you agree with this view?
Okay, take away the power.
So I should rephrase
Let's talk about the importance.
So you think a minority leader in opposition is possibly more important than a majority leader in government?
I would agree with you to some extent.
But not more powerful than the majority leader within his party. You see, I'm explaining it. Within your party. Because until your flag bearer was elected, and in your case particular, your chairman was not necessarily active, you can say that the NPP's vanguard was the minority leader. But in the government of NDC, there's the president, there's the vice, there's the chief of staff. The majority leader is not probably even in the top three.
Let me also express my view.
I want you to express your view on my question.
Yes, that's what I'm going to say. So, take away being powerful, and let's talk about relevance in the scheme of governance. So, you are right, in the scheme of governance, when you are in your parties in power, you are the majority leader. You also carry a responsibility. All ministers, government business come through you. Your job is to push back the opposition and bulldoze your way. There's a mix. Negotiation, diplomacy, and play hardball at the same time. So when Ayariga is doing his own thing, I don't begrudge him at all. I mean, I don't personalize it, because in the end, he wants the government business to be done. The president will call you and ask you, when are you getting this thing done? So that's your job. In opposition, you can be overwhelmed, because when you are a minority leader, the most powerful person, your right-hand man, who gets you going is your chief whip. And I must say, Arnaud has done super in terms of organization. He and his team. Habib came in first time as a deputy whip, and he went through the grooming. And for some time, I allowed him to take up procedural issues. And you realize that he's very strong in terms of advocacy. And Jerry has come in, also a first timer, giving him backup. So the three of them have become my anchormen. Okay? Without them, you cannot function as a minority leader. You need a strong whip who understands. He is like your national security advisor. He's like your third eye.
I see.
To, sniff and get back to you and say, leader, move. You can't move. Do this. You need to have that strong, team to get you going. Our side, NPP, I said initially that NPP is a party of peers. We have some 40 plus first-timers, but they are all professionals. They are first-timers in Parliament, but they are professionals in their own right, who also have their own clear understanding of the national issues and all that. You cannot, as a leader, just get up one day and command and order people about. No. Yours is to engage and get them to understand the vision of the party. And you are right. The past 1 year, we didn't have a flag bearer. So the party was virtually being run by the caucus and the leadership at the national headquarters, led by Kodua. Kodua has done fantastically well. He would come, show leadership, be with us, engage, and say, leader, sometime in the dead of night, the two of us will be reaching out to the party elders. And by the way, the NPP party elders, they are very, very active. They are not elders who are laying back, who are saying that we are old, we are tired. Somebody like Hackman, 1 a.m., he will be ready to engage you. I remember the last time there was an important national issue, the disputed CJ nominee, where I had to do a lot of legwork because the caucus needed to understand the thinking of the party outside of Parliament.
I see.
And I recall, as at 3 a.m. thereabouts, I was now descending Ebri down to Accra. And I recall when I was with President Kufuor taking his views, at a point, say, Afenyo-Markin,
wow.
Then see an old man, he's getting into his 90s. But his passion for the party, he was waiting. And there was one elder that I needed to reach. He said, look, Kwamina, looking at the time, I think you can't come, so let's do it on phone. I'm saying that it's been more of
A
consultative
process.
Building consensus. It's not a one-man show.
So, but can we say that now that there's a flag bearer, some of that burden reduces?
No, it doesn't reduce. So you now have a boss who is the standard bearer, whose vision you need to align. So it means that after you've done all the consultations, the buck stops with him.
Fair enough.
You need to now go and say, sir, what's the direction? What is the way to go? He gives direction.
So you need to align with him.
It is important. You can't do otherwise.
That's
a party leader.
Yesterday, your church service, the party looked very celebratory. And some may be wondering, why are you so excited? Is it because in church you have to be happy? Or because the build-up to the primaries was acrimonious, the fact that it's ended with no serious splits? Because, I mean, it seemed very joyous. What's driving that type of happiness?
One of the values of a center-right ideology is competition. Okay, that center-right conservative ideology, they believe in competition. And whenever there is an opening, people compete. The good news is that in the end, we've all come together as a party. And it was a Thanksgiving service. We're supposed to be in white, recommit, rededicate, and get along with what the flag bearer has for us as a party. So it was to be expected. Nothing more. It was also a period for reconciliation, bonding and rebonding. Obviously, some people will not be happy with some others by way of what they might have said and all, And the flag bearer's speech, he touched on all of these. He acknowledged the fact that there were some excesses during the campaign, people saying stuff and all, and even said that, look, the healing process will not be a one-day event, it's a process. So people's egos must be managed, and eventually, by the grace of God, we have enough time to address most of these challenges. Fortunately, also, we have internal elections, constituency elections, regional elections, national elections. And when we are done with all of these, we would have an opportunity to heal better.
I see. There's a view
proceed.
That nobody can begrudge you from celebrating. But there's an article that a gentleman you've quoted before wrote the day before the election, which I've seen shared a lot. I'll just read 2 paragraphs. It says, the danger for NPP is not choosing the wrong man, The danger is choosing the right man for the wrong reason. Then he goes on. If tomorrow produces celebration without reflection, the party will lose again. If it produces unity without honesty, the slogans will ring hollow. And if it produces victory without discipline, the electorate will see it long before the campaign even begins. Then he goes on. Primaries are seductive. They make parties feel powerful. They compress complex national moods into internal applause. But nations do not vote like delegates. Nations vote with memory, emotion, and lived experience. Then he says, NPP has chosen a flag bearer, but they must now choose a posture. And it seems like the celebratory mood we're seeing may be playing into that. NPP feels like, well, we've done a tough campaign, everything's fine, let's move forward. No. But there's a lot of unanswered questions for Ghanaians as well.
Yes, I would address those questions. But let's be very honest here. The posture, as you refer to, in my view, has been that commendable, has been that conciliatory. The utterances of people post the election, you are not seeing people rubbing it in. There's some particular person in the party. Lately, I call him UN Secretary General. I've given him a new name, Kofi Annan, because the person I knew yesterday is not the same person I know today. He is now reaching out. He is now jaw-jawing. And I told him that, look, senior, the way you are going, it will help our cause. My view is that all of us must understand that we have one party. What is happening today is not new. Let me share an example, an experience. Honorable Eseku, Henry Eseku of blessed memory, I had the privilege of having one-on-one with him on a number of occasions. I recall that he shared with me a story of President Kufuor when he beat Akufo-Addo in the primaries in Sunyani. For almost a year, the impression was that NPP was divided. And there were rumors that some faction in the party was going to, register a new political party. According to Harun Eseku, one evening they met because he was in the corner of President Kufuor, and they spoke at length about the way forward. And the next morning, by the time they left, Kufuor had told them that, look, he would move to Akufo-Addo's house the next morning. And according to him, by 5 a.m., J. Kufuor was at the residence of Akufo-Addo somewhere East Legon.
Kufuor, the winner of that primary?
Yes. It was at the residence of Akufo-Addo at somewhere East Legon. And according to Eseku, when Nana-Addo was told that Kufuor was at his residence, he came down with his pajamas to receive him.
He wasn't expecting that.
He wasn't expecting that. And according to Eseku, that was the beginning of the 2000 victory. Because Nana-Addo felt so nostalgic about the visit. And he gave his word to him. And then subsequently, when there was a National Council meeting and the issues were coming up, and Nana-Addo got up and said, look, they went for primaries. He supports Kufuor 100%. Kufuor had visited him. And from there, the next rally, you found Akufo-Addo standing right by Kufuor.
I see.
He speaks, and Kufuor follows. And that is where we started hearing Wamachakeme, Korbobi Ameke Wamachakeme. It started. And that euphoria about J.A. Kufuor,
Are you suggesting that in the party right now, they're losing candidates?
I've not suggested that. I've given you an example of a situation.
We're talking about now. So are you saying that they are also?
I just don't want you to put words in my mouth.
No, I'm trying to understand.
I'm just giving you an example of what Harun Eseku of blessed
what pertains now. Can we say that Honorable Kennedy Japan and to an extent Brian Champon are fully committed to the Bawumia cause?
You can't ask me questions about individuals. That one would be unfair for me to comment on. What I think we should do is to give ourselves time to heal. People go into competition with expectation. And when they get disappointed, they have that feeling of why. It is now for them to realign psychologically that look, it is the party that has made me who I am. What of if I had also won? It is for the winner to now look at the numbers, look at the relationship, and say that look, we need everybody on board. So far, in all sincerity, in all fairness, I've seen a certain unique posture in Dr. Bawumia, consistently expressing his desire to work with all in the party.
Were you apprehensive before this meeting? I asked because you were addressing us in the press conference. Your colleagues had gone to his house and you literally had to apologize and leave. It appeared to us as though you were not aware they were leaving at the time they were going. So when you got to the house, I think they had done the initial interactions, and then you went to shake his hand. Here you are. And then he pulls you down to sit down, and then he starts talking to you. So it seemed to many people as if Afenyo-Markin's colleagues have gone ahead of him, but you are their leader. And some people believe that because of the large victory your constituents gave to Kennedy Japan, maybe those who openly supported Bawumia didn't think you were part of them.
No, it's complete misinformation. So, Saturday 31st was election. I got to Accra around 2 p.m. No, 3. I got to Accra at 3. And I drove straight to a location to meet a friend. And had some discussions with a friend. And soon thereafter, I did some other legwork aimed at ensuring that all those who needed to be at the headquarters were there. Sunday, the flag bearer and I spoke at length, and then we had a plan to meet. And eventually, on Monday morning, we met, had a full briefing session, because I've held the fort and I needed to give him some briefing. And as part of it, the understanding was that the caucus will meet Tuesday morning and move to his residence to visit him. Now, proud to that, the leadership of the party in Parliament met in my office. In other words, my colleague leaders. I summoned a meeting and we met and agreed on the roadmap. Now, the Tuesday morning, after our caucus meeting, the understanding was that the other colleagues would take the bus to Dr. Bawumia's residence. And there were 2 meetings that I was supposed to have.
So it's not as if they left you?
No.
You knew they were going?
Yes.
But why do you leave the press conference abruptly?
Wait. Oh, please. You've asked a question. Why don't you?
I just wanted
you don't want me to?
No, explain.
Then if you don't have time, don't ask.
No, go explain.
So please.
Explain.
Yes, good.
Explain.
So when they were leaving, I was supposed to be part of the leadership press conference.
Yeah.
So when I got there, I told Ayerga that, look, we need your permission to go and visit our flag bearer, and then you need to inform Speaker to delay the sitting, because that was the first day. And then also, let me have a bite
before you
then leave.
Fair enough.
At the time I was addressing the press, Arno had texted me that, leader, we are getting closer. So immediately after, he again texted that they were there. Because I had an outrider, the understanding was that I could move faster. At the same time, we had constituency officers from Central Region who were in my office. So Honorable Intim Fojo, I was not the only one who had to wait. Honorable Intim Fojo and I had to address them. So we just spent about 10 minutes with them.
Before you
So my colleagues knew that I was on my way. And they waited for me. So that's why the meeting did not start.
Oh, so you got there before the meeting started?
Yeah, of course.
It appeared to us as though the meeting
No. I mean, the usual.
But what was he asking
media.
you? Was he asking about the number? He got 79.
Now, you want us to discuss?
No, I want
me to discuss?
No, the numbers. Because you know some of your colleagues... They just pride themselves.
You are in a mischief mood.
No. The numbers they gave him...
Yesterday is gone.
I think your percentage for Kennedy was the highest.
Yesterday is gone.
In the Central
He's
region.
my friend. It's no news he winning in Winneba. So Don't waste your time. On this
But it
matter.
wasn't because of your support.
I am saying that the gentleman, Kennedy, has been very helpful to the people of Winneba. When in 2012, D-Day, the election day, we degassed in the afternoon. We didn't have money. He drove from Asen to Winneba Junction to give us money to do our
to do what?
to do our cleanup. All right.
Cleanup exercise.
When I won in 2012, 2013 we're in opposition. He gave Winneba 22 brand new taxis, brand new tier rubber. He gave to us.
So Winneba people know him.
You've asked me a
They know
question.
him.
Let me answer you.
I'm trying to understand. Your
No,
point.
if you break it like that, you would disturb my
Okay,
thought
your train
pattern.
of thoughts.
When he gave us 22 taxis, brand new, BYD, he gave us a tractor. We sent it to rurals. He gave us outboard motors.
Wow.
It was not for free. It was work and pay. I paid. All right? The relationship has started. Besides, we are relations. My great-grandpa from Nswechi moved to Asin to have a cocoa farm. It was until his mother died when we went to the funeral. And then my aunties told me that, no asase.
Is it?
We are what do cocoa efu. So he comes to Winneba. He's with them. We live together as a family. When my business ran down, Kennedy gave me a check of $5 million. We didn't sign an agreement. And said, oh, would you acquire Wejuma? Say, Nyamiya Adumna, my tise, Ubo Homodin. We a businessman. Into would to me a year. That was a risk he took in me. And in Winneba, we discuss matters openly with the executives. Yes, oh, Honorable Ken. In fact, there is a project, an ICT facility that I'm constructing. And it is being named after him. We are not done. It was conceived some 5 years ago. It's a big project at Osubompeyin.
Wow.
It's a big project. Okay? And the entire constituency know that because of that help he gave to us, I'm sure his own constituent will be jealous. That, so honorable, or my taxi work and pay, no, onuna, ozima hena, one farmer, asen. Then in 2018, he again guaranteed, Suzuki, the small ones. He also guaranteed for us to have those Suzuki to give to the boys for work and pay. So it's a relationship we have. I don't want it, somebody say, oh, and then, we win event today. But my friend Yagaba Gubori, MP, he gave Dr. Baumia 100%.
Everybody else got 0.
So people should stop it. We've moved past that. The man and I, we are more than a family. Okay? There's a history to our relationship. I do not expect anybody at this point to say that, oh, so I should cut the relationship.
Can't do that.
It's not right.
We'll take a break. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll
let's
delve
not go
into
that
Parliament. The minority leader has been speaking. He says, don't let arrest intimidate you, stand your ground. He also says he will give NDC a good opposition. We'll deal with those when we come back. Stay with us.
What does it take to be Ghana's most useful technology company? Is it the fact that we've been connecting businesses to their customers for over 20 years? Or that we power more than 12% of all electronic transactions in Ghana? Maybe it's that we are everywhere. From Accra to Kumasi to Tadi, Cape Coast to Tamale. Or is it that we safely process more transactions than any indigenous tech company here in Ghana? Or we deliver faster, we transfer safer, or we make businesses and life just a little easier? But what truly makes us Ghana's most useful technology company, it isn't the speed or the numbers. It's the people we connect, the dreams we keep moving, the communities we bring closer every single day. You prove every day what usefulness really looks like. We give you the tools, you provide the proof. Haptel, useful every day.
For the past 15 years, St. Thomas Eye Hospital has been setting the pace in Ghana's eye care landscape. In 2011, we became one of the first hospitals to introduce modern phaco surgeries, commonly called laser cataract surgeries, to Ghana. In 2013, again, we became the first eye hospital to start advanced retina detachment surgeries, macular hole surgeries, and other complex vitreoretinal procedures using the MIVS surgical approach. This year, we have set a new pace in glaucoma care with the launch of our advanced Twin Star SLT-YAG combo laser, giving the glaucoma patients enhanced options in managing their conditions. We are a premier ophthalmic group practice with 11 specialist eye surgeons working together and leveraging technology to advance eye care in Ghana. We have 4 branches in Accra, Tema, and Kumasi. You may call us on 024-686-6580 or visit our website at www.stthomaseyehospital.com. St. Thomas Eye Hospital, providing excellence in eye care.
The minority in this meeting shall pursue vigorous accountability. And this is what we are going to do. Accountability will not just be a slogan. It is going to be our shadow. The minority would formally move for targeted parliamentary inquiries on the following. 1, the helicopter disaster. 2, the Elwak tragedy. 3, the gold reserve losses. 4, the violence against journalists. 5, the abuse associated with bail conditions by certain investigative agencies of state, the US visa ban, and not the least, the unlawful dismissal of Ghanaian youth. We will not accept indefinite delay. Accountability without a calendar is merely public relations. Mr. Speaker, Ghanaian people are tired of speeches and rhetorics of the ruling government. They want their living standard to improve. They are concerned about utility prices. Electricity tariffs have shot up by 27% under this government. To my colleagues in majority, the minority will be firm, but we are ready to be fair. Opposition is not to sabotage. We will demand quality in terms of governance. The report is that we have some 34.4 youth unemployment rates, and this is very unacceptable. The question is, where are the jobs, given all the promises? While the NDC was quick to roll out programs on paper, we hear a Jumaura National Apprenticeship Program and Kokon Kete. Well, they are paper promises, but in reality, what are the tangible outcomes? Even if any existed, they are scanty. And this is their year 2. The honeymoon is over.
So the honeymoon is over according to the minority leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin. And indeed, I think yesterday also you said that in relation to cocoa, NDC was going to face the full force of the minority because we were very, very unhappy. So are we to say that this is when we are going to see real opposition and that the first year was just like more comedies?
Oh, no. I mean, well, I can't discuss our strategies, but simply put, I think that some extremists in this NDC government are not helping President Mahama to leave a legacy. You see, it's not easy to get a second chance. And I keep telling my friends in the NDC that, look, help the president to leave a name, a good name. But it appears as our friends are so hooked on to politics that every now and then they forget themselves. Already 1 year is gone. Listen, let's face it. What are the tangibles in terms of policy implementation? What have they achieved? They came, they said they were going to do women banking so that there will be banks in various districts to help women get loans to do business. They said this. Year 1, 0. Year 2, the money that they provided for in the budget can only be an amount to meet the minimum requirement to set up a bank. So what will become the working capital? And what budget have they made for the infrastructure in the various regions and districts? So it's been 0. You could see that there was no well thought through plan on that score. Let's come to this so-called 24-hour economy. I think they themselves understood it more as a campaign slogan than a policy. From all that is happening, I saw the bill. They brought a bill and passed it that they were creating a 24-hour economy authority. Another bureaucracy? I'm sorry.
But is the bill not a first step towards implementing the
No,
policy?
it is not.
Why not?
You don't need it. What do you need a bill for? You see, if you...
To ground in law the policy.
No.
And give the office some teeth to bite
No,
to do the work.
you don't need it. You don't need it. And I'll explain to you why. You see, if the initiative is to create jobs, you look at the private sector, not government institutions. You have a Ministry of Trade. You want to give an opening to the private sector. What they should have done was to continue the Akufo-Addo 1D1F initiative. The 1D1F initiative, a very super economic policy for private sector. You relax taxation on imports, specifically meant for private sector. What you do is that once you take away the taxes, more companies get attracted to Ghana. When they come, they are able to import raw materials, machinery at a cheaper cost, and they are able to produce and sell cheaper. They are able to create employment, expand. I think that they could have looked at the 1D1F, review it in areas that they thought were the weaknesses in the policy, and continue the rolling out. Look, as we speak, there are many companies in the 1D1F zone who are stuck. They don't know their left from their right. They don't know the direction that they are to go. There is so much uncertainty in the private sector. Ask yourself, the Minister of Trade, I have so much respect for her, my own colleague Lizzie. Look, she has beautiful ideas, but I've been telling her that, Elizabeth, you are redundant because there's no clear-cut policy by the government for the private sector. Look at the traders at Abosokai. I caution, I wish you could play that tape. Last week I heard them crying that the tax imposition is so high. When government came and they said they were introducing a flat VAT, I cautioned. I argued strenuously. I said, look, I am a businessman. I'm a private sector person. I know the nuances in the private sector. What you are doing will make life difficult for the spare part trader. What you are doing will make life difficult for the woman who is selling at Kantamanto. Because they are in the informal sector. If you now expand the base, and now you say that you've introduced a flat system, and then you peg it at a certain percentage, you're creating more problems for them. They didn't listen. They continued. Now they have the new VAT, and then they are crying in the market. Again, they are telling us that, oh, now they have a system in place where they are going to help our gold reserve. You know, with respect to the activities of Gold Board, I do not think that government is actually putting in place the supporting pillars to help even the gold board to function and function well.
Pause. Let me give you some rethoughts of the government about what they've done. So you've mentioned Women World Bank. We haven't seen it. 24-hour economy, tax policy, which is affecting people. We've come to gold board 4. Somebody tweeted from Atu Forson's Twitter handle about some stuff, or they called it Atu Forson impact on X. Public debt has recorded one of the sharpest turnarounds in the history of Ghana. Total debt falling from 726 billion, which was 61% GDP, to 630, which is 45% as of October last year. International reserves build-up has increased from 4 months to 4.8 months of import cover. Non-oil GDP, the best reflection of economic strength, has grown robustly to 7.5% from 5.7% when they took over. Current account, external position, strengthened dramatically, with the current account posting a surplus of 3.8 billion in the first quarter of 2025, a massive leap from the modest 0.6 surplus at the same time last year. Inflation, 3.8, possibly a 30-year low. First time the year ended, the dollar, basically 2025 ended with the dollar appreciated against the dollar. These are about 6 indicators. So if in a year a government has been able to achieve this, aren't your comments a bit premature? Because I mean, we know that it's 4 years, right? And if in a year all these macro numbers are looking this good, shouldn't you be giving them credit rather than criticizing them for specific initiatives not started?
Okay. So the macro numbers are looking good. So if the macro numbers are looking good, it should have a positive reflection on the micro, right?
Over time.
I
mean, that's not me talking. That's what the theory says.
That's the theory.
Yes.
But practically, if you say the inflation is low, it should reflect on the prices of goods. That's if you say you've picked the numbers, you know, this market, rice per bag is selling at this, and then average, this is what it is. It should reflect in the lifestyle of people, correct? But I don't think that the sentiment out there support the macroeconomic gains that they claim to be. Why? You say your public debt has reduced.
Yeah.
What constitutes public debt? What would cause public debt to increase when government is spending? When government is doing massive development? So if you are not an ambitious government, debt in itself is not bad. You match debt with what? Assets, value. So I took a loan. I've incurred debt. But that loan, I've used that loan to establish a factory. It is employing more people. Look at it. You compare the gains there. So if government is not being ambitious enough.
But if your debt was unsustainable and they kicked you out of international markets, and somebody has come to reduce your debt to a point where...
By doing what? By doing nothing.
Combination of everything we've said.
Last year, 2025, what did the government do? Did government engage in any serious projects? In fact, did government even pay contractors who had worked and are taking loans from banks? So don't look at it with one eye only. Open the two eyes and look at the numbers. If you sit there and your economy is stagnating, in practical terms,
but the economy is growing. According to the numbers
you continue to talk about paper growth. I am interested in the cocoa farmer who today...
But the non-oil sector grew by 7.5%. He's giving
Bernard,
unless you are doubting the figures.
Bernard, I'm not
so
interested.
are you saying that we shouldn't use the figures they are giving us?
I am not here to talk about numbers that have not made positive impact. If the numbers have made positive impact, I will yield and applaud. But if your numbers are not having positive effect,
bank lending rates have come down as a result. If, for example,
so you are here to argue on macro.
You are a businessman.
If
you go to a bank to collect a loan,
that is where the problem. And we showed proof. Can NDC tell us 1 year in office how many businesses?
The unemployment when we interviewed him is the same for 24-25.
So it's
almost like a straight line.
They've really not made any impact. Come to the cocoa issue. All these arguments, I want to break it into one simple language. Akufo-Addo came to meet the farm gate price at 400 Ghana cedi per bag. By the time he left office, consistently, with all the challenges, we had international market, pressures. But Nana-Addo kept the situation afloat and ensured that the farmer never lost anything. Eventually, it ended at 3,100. When our friends were in opposition, they said no. Akufo-Addo was giving less to farmers, and that if they come, they would make it 6,000 per bag. When fortune smiled at them, they came in and only increased it by 500 Ghana cedi per bag. And then, out of nowhere, they claim that the international value for cocoa has fallen. As a result, it is becoming difficult to pay the farmer that 3,600. And they've, out of nowhere, without consultation, reduced it by 1,086 Ghana cedi. So now, the farmer is worse off by old Ghana cedi 10 million, okay? This has never happened. What we are saying is that, look, government, you are going to buy a presidential jet. Why don't you hold that and use that money to pay the farmers? Since when? From Bafo Osea Koto's time, the NLM days where cocoa politics was the order of the day, that this Asante Ochiame and others fought for farmers. We never experienced any government ever daring to reduce the farm gate price for farmers. Today, and you know how the cocoa farmers survive? There are the cocoa crutches. They go and take loan from them. They pay their children's fees, hostel fees. Today, when I met the Tescon guys, they openly said, look, on campuses, most of their colleagues have not paid hostel fees, have not paid their fees. They are suffering because many of their parents, their parents are cocoa farmers. And sometimes their parents will go and take loan with the expectation that they will get their cocoa paid. So all we are saying as a caucus, and we've done some letters, we are reaching out. Tomorrow we'll put out our own plan at ensuring that government does the right thing.
We'll come back to give you more insight. We'll come back and take more on that. This is the point. So
now,
I need to take a break.
Okay, very well.
I'll come back. Yes.
Government must just pay the cocoa farmers and give us peace of mind.
Fair enough. This is still the point of view. Our guest, Alexander Afenyo-Markin. We have your comments and a few more questions when we come back. Stay with us.
Welcome to Malcolm, where shopping is a musical experience for all generations. Grannies, let's roll it back.
Malcolm Ghana, we did for you. Malcolm's got it all for me and you. Sizzling discounts, we take up by a distance. Bring back home the experience we did for you. Life made so easy peasy, lemon squeezy, shopping made easy. Sometimes money day, sometimes some way out of pocket. We got you everything, we got it all right here. Malcolm season. The price is right.
The price is right.
The price is nice.
The price is nice.
Fresh with the vibes, unbeatable. If the price they fight,
If the price they fight,
come for the views.
come for the views.
Come for the likes.
Come for the likes.
Everything you they want and that.
Giving the glaucoma patients enhanced options in managing their conditions. We are a premier ophthalmic group practice. Specialist eye surgeons working together and leveraging technology to advance eye care in Ghana. We have 4 branches in Accra, Tema, and Kumasi. You may call us on 024-686-6580 or visit our website at www.stthomaseyehospital.com. St. Thomas Eye Hospital, providing excellence in eye care.
Are you ready? ready to revolutionize the future of agriculture. The ministry agencies, agro-tech firms, startups, farmers, financial institutions, and the general public are all welcome. To exhibit or for inquiries, call 0559 679326 or 0242 585419. Ghana Agro-Tech Fair 2026, transforming agribusiness through local innovation and technology.
We're still with the Minority Leader, Alexander Kwamina Afenyo-Markin, MP for Efutu. Tell Afenyo that he's doing well, but he at times goes overboard. This is Paul from Suhum. Honorable Afenyo-Markin is the best minority leader so far. His leadership is what is keeping the party now in Parliament. Nathan, this is Kalale's nephew, Awushi. Good evening, Bernard. Indeed, we, the grassroots of NPP, are strongly behind the leadership of the party for Victory 28. And we are equally urging the leadership to stay united behind the flag bearer, Dr. Baumia, for the Almighty God to fulfill our prayers. This is Abdul Mumin in Tamale. Another one says, I wonder if Afenyo is aware people perceive him as too cantankerous. How does he feel about this? Bernard, what is the national interest at all in what Afenyo is saying? It's all about the party and opposing everything. Flag bearer, etc., etc. Where is Ghana in all of this? Politicians are only thinking of themselves. A mixed bag of comments there. What should we expect from you in Parliament this coming week?
Just as I indicated, we have these critical issues to deal with. First on it, the agenda is the cocoa issue. We expect government to step back and restore the farm gate price that the cocoa farmers have been enjoying. At least if you can't give them 6,000, don't reduce what you came to meet by over 1,000. The government must always find a means. You recall that when we had the financial crisis and the debt exchange program had to be introduced, okay? Even though the decision of government did not affect the principle of people's investment, and it only affected the interest. The whole debt exchange program was about the interest that people were earning. That was what government had to say that, look, we've postponed it, we have reduced it, let's negotiate, so that instead of you earning, say, this 18%, we want to give you 10%. That was the whole essence of the debt exchange program. But the principle was not affected. Even so, there were many who did not appreciate that. I said, no, you can't do that. And rightly so, they expressed their views, including a former Chief Justice going on demonstration. It tells you the gravity of the situation, that you take away somebody's interest, and he has a legitimate expectation that entering into contract with government to earn a particular amount as interest, reducing it by even 1 cedi was unacceptable.
So you are describing this as a haircut too?
I am saying that if today, the poor cocoa farmer in the informal sector is working to make ends meet. By the way, government doesn't give a cocoa farmer a loan. Government doesn't give any loan to a cocoa farmer. So they suffer to get their beans, they dry the beans.
What is somebody saying NPP is crying more than the farmers? We are here, NPP talk more than the farmers.
You see, because you are in Accra.
Okay.
I know, City, you do a great job. Channel 1, I know you go out to interview. Where is Honorable Eric Opoku in all of this? Our Greek minister. He was the first to talk about the 6,000. No, forget about Cocoa Board. It's our Greek. He is an expert in agriculture. When he comes there, I don't doubt his competence. He's gone quiet.
Will you call him out in Parliament tomorrow?
Oh, would ask questions. Okay, so for somebody who says that I'm cantankerous, minority leader, why are you cantankerous? Are they being obvious? You have to be cantankerous. And it's part of the work.
But are your people solidly behind you? There was talk of a reshuffle of the minority leadership after the primaries.
Who said it?
It was being speculated.
By who?
In the media.
By who?
Different people.
Who? Mention one name.
Oh, you didn't hear?
I'm saying mention one name. I'm asking
of
you to
people.
Who? Mention one name.
Speculation.
Mention one
That's the
name.
nature of speculation.
Mention one
It
name.
doesn't have an owner. Speculation doesn't have ownership.
So don't take it serious.
So you are firm. You are sure you will be minority
I've
leader
asked
for
you
next year.
who.
Well, it doesn't have to be a person.
You see, we don't want.
It can even be generated. It can even be generated by
AI.
by groups of people. It doesn't really matter.
Oh, come on.
No, I just want to know how sure are you that you are
please, we are not getting into that discussion. We are not getting into that. Bernard, we are not getting into that discussion. We are here by the grace of God.
No, the interview is over. I was just asking you whether you felt secure.
The interview is over.
Yeah, I was asking whether you felt secure as minority
it's
leader.
over.
So that was my last question to you, and you are choosing.
But I'm asking you, has
answering
anybody come out to say anything? Is there any particular person who has said anything in the party? Why would people want to speculate?
Okay.
Is there any particular person in Parliament?
I'm asking you.
No, wait. Has anybody, you see, you can only respond to an issue that has been raised.
Okay.
Has anybody from my caucus called you or written anything to say this or that? A gentleman wrote something, and about 30 minutes after that, he pulled it down, apologized to me.
Okay.
All right? And people are rather...
Osahin, we'll leave it there. The MP of
creating problems.
Alexander Kwamina, Afenyo-Markin of St. Augustine's College. It's a big man. He's wearing green. That's the Absu colors. Thank you. There's a lot more we'll do. We've been doing a lot of press conferences with both minority and majority, so we'd like to say thank you for talking to us. And we'll say thank you for watching as well. That's all we have time for tonight's edition of The Point of View. We hope you've had a good time watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.